Hello, my friends. For this reading, I started off with the question, what are you ready to let go of? And the first card out was you are on the road to success. Then we came in need of help, assistance, and guidance. And Dragon, beware of self-delusion. Certainly an appropriate card for asking what you need to let go of, or what are you ready to let go of. My plan is to pull clarifying cards from the tarot for all of these. But you are on the road to success. But this beware of self-delusion card, of course, can apply to all of these. So perhaps it's a change in how you perceive success that we need to look at. And I am going to pull some cards from one of my tarot decks, one of my mini decks, of course. The pocket decks. They're called pocket decks. I call them mini decks. We start off with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very successful. They are a successful business person, very established and settled in their finances. But they are also nurturing. And here it shows that you are unwilling to walk away from this Queen of Pentacles idea. Even though you have death, which is not a card of physical death as a general rule. And you have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Cups. All right, this is getting a little confusing. So it's pretty clear that you are not willing to walk away from perhaps being this successful, financially secure, grounded, nurturing person. But there's a need for transformation. Perhaps you need to go from, this is of course a feminine energy, perhaps you need to become the King of Pentacles as well, to master, oh my goodness, this is all very sideways. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. Okay, that's better. So let's get this over here. All right. So there is a King and a Queen of Pentacles here. So you are a matched pair with somebody. And yet we have this King of Cups as well. So who is this King of Cups? Move these over a little bit so there's room for the... Let's clarify the King of Cups. Who is the King of Cups? Who or what? It's the King of Cups. Please clarify. King of Cups. Someone you did not have a happy family situation with. You could not make things work out. And yet you feel you can't get away. You can't move into calmer waters with this person. And there is no success. It appears that you have been in a connection that you feel is very unhappy, if not unhealthy, but you feel like you have to stay in it. This person that you are connected to in this way is a cold person. Is not a warm person at all. They hold back. There's a lack of warmth, a lack of emotional honesty. And it's interfered with your ability to have a successful partnership with this person. If it weren't for the Ten of Cups, I might think it was a work situation. But the Ten of Cups indicates that it is a family situation. And it has been very unsuccessful. So, clearly this is impacting your ability to connect with this King of Pentacles. What do we need to know about the King of Pentacles? Oh, finally. Okay. King of Pentacles is in the process of freeing himself from social conditioning, social programming, family conditioning or programming, cultural programming or conditioning, and heeding the call of the divine. You guys are looking a lot like counterparts. What about you, giraffe person? Well, we already know that you are going through or hoping for a transition, transformation. And now we have the Three of Wands. Perhaps you have been this Knight of Swords in reverse. That's interesting. Are you I need a little bit more information about who you are. At least I would like a little bit more information about who you are relative to this connection. What is your role in this connection? Eight of Wands. So the world shows a new chapter beginning, the end of one chapter, the beginning of another one. Eight of Wands is rapid movement, rapid progress, rapid news. Knight of Cups. We've got two knights for you. Are you the runner? I think you are. All right, so that's interesting. You've been the runner. So, regardless of your gender, it appears that you have been the runner in this connection, and that generally means the masculine. Not necessarily male, but masculine. And the Knight of King of Pentacles has gone ahead. They are the one who's heeded the call. They're the one who's opened their minds and looked beyond their programming. And it appears that they are likely the feminine in this counterpart connection or soul connection. So it looks like you, the masculine, is working on your feminine aspects, and your counterpart or soul connection is the feminine or has embodied the feminine energies and is working on their masculine aspects, which would mean that you are both coming into balance, or you could be. This situation has to be dealt with, if it hasn't been already. Perhaps that's what you're supposed to let go of. It is next to the Eight of Cups, but that is in reverse. So it seems like you are being very slow to let go of that connection. So you're not on the road to success yet, if you thought you were. In need of help, assistance, and guidance. Let me see if I can get this straightened out. There. All right. So right now I'm suspecting hyper-independence is an issue, that you're not willing to accept help. This would be consistent with you being the masculine in the connection and needing to work on your feminine aspects. But we shall see. I want to get a fresh deck for this. Okay. What do we need to know about this hand? In need of help, assistance, etc. What you're ready to let go of. Are you ready to let go of your hyper-independence? Is it hyper-independence? Maybe I'm wrong. What does, please clarify this hand, this in need of help, assistance, and guidance. Oh my goodness. The Eight of Cups has come out again. Oh, you really need to get some help with this letting go of this old connection that is holding you back. It's not clear how that old connection is holding you back, however. For all I know, it's already over. Or maybe not. We've got the Tower. Perhaps there's some sort of financial connection that is lingering. Even after a relationship ends, there's frequently a financial disentangling, shall we say. Oh wow, Nine of Cups, but in reverse. So Nine of Cups is, it can be a wish fulfillment, but you have it in reverse, so I'm going more with the overindulgence, partying, trying to numb yourself, because you have the Tower. And now you have the Six of Cups, also in reverse. All right, the Six of Cups in reverse indicates to me there's childhood issues that need to be addressed. And for that kind of thing, you usually need a real therapist. So the Tower, everything is falling apart. That doesn't surprise me. And I'm still leaning toward hyper-independence as an issue. So, strife. Strife in a situation that, yes, it's challenging, it's difficult. There's a lot of potential to learn there. Who is the King of Wands? This is the King of Wands in reverse. Kings in reverse are always prone to being tyrannical. Although the King of Wands in reverse is prone to running off. Now we have the Four of Wands in reverse. All right. That would be the end of a long-standing relationship. And the Knight of Swords. Well, we've got plenty of cards here. So there's a lot going on. It looks like there's more than one person involved in this mess. I'm not seeing children, interestingly. No pages have come out. Other than the Six of Cups in reverse, suggesting that there is some childhood wounding to deal with, there's nothing referring to children at all. So there's a saying, what is it? Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. I always get that from the Knight of Swords. So that is my take on that. And then we have this King of Wands in reverse. So definitely someone who is hypercritical, very opinionated, and not interested in anyone else's opinion, especially if they disagree. Is that you? There's a certain degree of stubbornness in both the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands in reverse. They're not great listeners. All right. And finally, of course, we have beware of self-delusion. So it's clear that things are falling apart. We have the Tower card after all. Sorry if my cards are really crooked. From my perspective, they look like they're straight, so that's why it's wonky. All right. Since this came out looking very counterparty, we'll finish up with the counterpart deck. It's not really a counterpart deck. I like to use it that way just because I like to have a dedicated counterpart deck. And you had a lot of counterpart indications, so let's see what your self-delusions are all about. Other than, well, certainly some stubbornness going on and a refusal to ask for help. You had Six of Swords in reverse. It looks like you're really not ready to let go of this situation you're in, but it's falling apart around you anyway. I mean, I shouldn't say you're not ready. You are ready. At least part of you is. Part of you knows this is over. It's been over for a while. It's time to let go and move on. That's the impression I'm getting. But, not ready to... You're just sitting there in the ruins instead of moving. Although you did get the Eight of Cups in the upright on the hand card. You had Eight of Cups in reverse. That's the one about moving away from, or walking away from what no longer serves you. All right, self-delusion. Now we have the Three of Cups. This would be in particular, why is this not straight? I think I got it now. Okay. So in particular, this is friends. Communicating with friends. If you've been going to them for advice, that's a bad idea. You're deluding yourself if you think they'll be able to give you good advice, or even if you think they're a good influence. It looks like they may be advising you to just stay where you are, stay the course, and not move out of this relationship that isn't working. You don't have to be with your counterpart, you know. You can still do what's best for you. You're supposed to do what's best for you regardless of your counterpart. And then we have the lack of movement. Yeah, so your friends are advising you to stay put and don't change, keep everything the same. And the result, predictably, is that you have a very painful lesson ahead of you. So the Five of Cups is a card of disappointment, loss, mourning, heartbreak. Now we have the Root of Stones, also known as the Knight of Stones or Pentacles. Again, no gender. Now we have the Root of Thunder. That's interesting. We have the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and now the Knight of Cups. Oh my goodness. Are these your friends? Because the Knight of Cups is in reverse, or the Root of Cups. Now we have Six of Wands. It's crossing influence. Once again, this idea of success. What is success? And a lack of reciprocity. So let's see. You've got 3 knights, and I believe, yes, 3 sixes. 3 knights and 3 sixes. Sixes are a card, or sixes as a number, I believe, indicate learning, research, something like that. And here we have inspiration coming from the divine. You have a lot of learning to do. You are deluding yourself about the effects of your friends, about what they have to say about this situation. If you are truly in a soul connection, it is highly unlikely that your friends will have any real understanding of what you're trying to tell them. And for that reason, even if they were a healthy group of people, they wouldn't be able to give you good advice. So it looks like you need a therapist, and you need perhaps to wait for the divine timing, for inspiration, to know where to go. But in the meantime, it does look like you need to let go of your friends' opinions, or the idea that your friends can offer you any help, any useful ideas in this situation. All right, let's get one final message and wrap this up. Any advice on how to move ahead with letting go of the things? Well, it says you already read. The question was, what are you ready to let go of? So maybe, I mean, you know you're in a tower situation. You know it's all crashing down around you. No matter what your friends say or anyone else, that tower's not going back up. The foundation is gone. But here's your final thought. Between Worlds, number 3. Well, at least it wasn't number 6. All right, number 3. Transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. Well, that seems to describe you quite well. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I'm sure it's very painful for you. It just amazes me when the cards do these things. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. That's probably what's bugging you the most. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place, between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed, a mystery that is not yours to understand. Right here. Where'd it go? There it is. The great mystery. That's what the divine is, and the divine will provide some information for you when it's time. All right. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so, and you will not be disappointed. Protection message. Be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you plan or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. All right. I think that is right on target, that last one. I know. Your life feels like it's in chaos, judging by the Tower. And you've got all kinds of people around you giving you advice, probably conflicting advice. And then you've got your intuition probably telling you something completely different. And you are probably not comfortable listening to your intuition. Or it's a new skill that you have not really developed entirely yet. That's okay. If you are willing to learn, to start, you can develop that. The more you listen to it, the stronger it will become. The more you ask, the stronger it will become. But when you ask, make sure you listen or keep your mind open as to what the answers are. They won't be what you expect. They won't come in ways that you expect. It'll be through synchronicities, signs, dreams, all kinds of crazy stuff. I once asked for a sign, and I asked for it to be very clear because I can be very stubborn about listening to signs too. And I saw it was a number. I saw it in a couple of different places. And I was like, okay, is this really what I'm supposed to be paying attention to? And then a work colleague, stood behind me and yelled it in my ear. The exact same number. So, there you go. If you get too stubborn about it, you'll get hit over the head with it. And it won't be fun. So try not to be as stubborn as I was. And I'm still working on it. There you are, between worlds. Things will get better. Limbo is not really a bad place. There's nothing really happening there, so. And you can't see or feel where you're going, where you are. It feels like the ground has dropped out from beneath your feet and you're just floating in space with no idea where to go next, what to do. But like I said, there's nothing bad happening. You're just in limbo. That's not really that bad a thing. We just get impatient with it. So be patient with yourself. And things will work themselves out sooner or later. Have faith. Be patient.